Right then, this is a quick walk around video for a gorgeous looking car. This is a Lexus CT200 and it's the F Sport model, finished in white with the black leather interior. Facelift model, as you can see, with this new style front end, black inserts, big chrome grille, surround. It is a wonderful looking car in simply lovely condition. I don't normally do my videos here, but it's a really windy day and it's sheltered here, so it actually helps, so I hope that makes sense. Lights and lenses clear, intact, no cracks or condensation, and bonnet is very clean indeed. Near side of the car, passenger side, absolutely smooth in the panel work. Near side front alloy, the one takes all of the bashing and I can't see a mark on it. And panels on this side, very clean indeed. Near side rear alloy, again very nice. You come around the back, again this new style bumper with black diffuser built in. It's just a lovely car, I have to say. Offside the car, again really smooth in the panel work. Offside rear alloy, again really good condition. The final alloy on the front there, again really good. Just a tiny bit of curbing on this one right on the top there, but I suppose it's got to be something that shows it's used, because other than that the car is absolutely beautiful. Let's come to the boot area now. As you expect with a Lexus, beautifully finished in really lovely condition. It's coming into the back of the car now, this lovely black leather interior, which in all honesty is in virtually factory fresh condition. It is in wonderful condition back here. Coming to the front, passenger side, obviously electric seat adjustments, and again seat in fantastic condition. Finally coming on the driver's side, door card again lovely and clean, electric memory buttons there for the seat. Footwell areas again exceptionally clean, and the driver's seat is in super condition. The only way you get a tiny bit of us on the bolster as you slide in and out, but that's exactly as you'd expect to see, if not far better than most. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section as always, so the dash can be seen illuminated, and what a wonderful interior this is. Sat nav, you can see there, exactly functioning exactly as it should. It really is just stunning in here. Come across the main dash binnacle, and you can see there, no warning lights on at all. That's in the normal and eco mode. If I twist it up to the right, you get that lovely sports dash come up. But it is, videos quite often can't do justice to a car, but this one is a very special car indeed. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus CT200, and it's the F Sport model. This particular car is registered BU14ZZK, and mileage at the start of the road test is 67,435 miles. The reason we do the videos is very simple. It's just to ensure that if anyone is looking at any of our cars online, they get to see the actual car advertised in operation. And the reason we feel it's important is basically because we've been to see cars ourselves and travelled distance only to get there and find out when you drive it, it's got a fundamental issue that shows up, which didn't show up in obviously the description or the photographs. So that's why we do it. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. You wouldn't believe the motorway was only a couple of miles away, but it's very accessible. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. Pardon me. And hopefully then it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car itself, it's been a beautifully looked after vehicle, and it drives like it, I have to say. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic, this car. Press the power button, starts generally silently in battery mode, and then the engine kicks in as and when. those who haven't had or looking at a Lexus hybrid for the first time, they are incredible. I own one. I put my money where my mouth is. Absolutely love them. The reason I love them is because the engineering is sensational. I use the word seamless, and I mean that because basically, if you're buying a Lexus hybrid, you own and drive it exactly as a normal petrol car. So all you're going to do is get low on fuel, put fuel in, run low on fuel, put fuel in. That's all you do. There's no worries in terms of batteries or anything like that, because that charges itself. You can't run out. It's what Lexus refer to as self-charging. So when you back off the throttle or hit the brakes, it regenerates electric for the hybrid system. But the interaction between the engine and the hybrid and because it does it all for you, it's as I say, it's the stuff of witchcraft. It's amazing. So quite often you'll drive along. When I drive home, it's slightly downhill most of the way. I'm probably in battery mode for about 2 or 3 miles. It can do that, and it's silent. But then it'll kick in and out as and required, but almost imperceptibly. It's amazing. What I love about them, and the thing that people notice when they first get in them, is just how smooth they are at low speeds, and how they, when you come to a stop like this, normally even a good automatic, you get a bit of a clonk, you go to pull away, it re-engages the gear. This one, you just put your foot down like an electric car, but with an engine going. Engine revs pick up, and you kind of catch up with the revs. It's brilliant because it's using a constantly variable transmission, so there are no gear changes, and the whole thing from the hybrid to the gearbox gives you this beautiful smooth momentum, if you like. It's brilliant. It also gives you 3 modes to drive the car, and it generally defaults into what they call normal mode. So I've got this blue background to my dashboard, power meter on the left hand side. If I twisted this button here to the left, I go into eco mode. So that's obviously the most economical mode you can be in. I personally find it a bit too slow on its responses. It might be fine around town, but it's not one I'd spend any great amount of time in. If you press it again, just go back to normal, or if you twist to the right, dashboard changes, get a little rev counter appear, red background, more sporty feel, and immediately the throttle response is completely different. It feels much more energetic, keen to get up and go. If I'm on the open road, it's what I use, but most of the time I stay in normal mode because it's sufficient for what I do. It is absolutely fantastic. It really is, and it gives you something interesting, another dynamic to the car, which I really like. Worth pointing out, there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and everything is absolutely silky smooth. The gearbox, not gear change, all absolutely, the whole feel is of driving around in a new car. That's how tight the whole car feels. The steering of the vehicle is really, really nice. This is why I've got one, because it's got it's a really good front end on the car, which means it's very positive. The steering's nicely weighted. It's got weight to it, which is nice, not over light. But as soon as you turn the wheel, it's got an immediate reaction to it. And when you go through the corners, because of the weighting, it gives you a lot of confidence. Light steering can feel a bit nervous on some surfaces or some corners, but this is really good, incredibly accurate and precise, as I said. It also shows no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and it tracks absolutely dead straight. The chassis, as I said, it's a really keen chassis in terms of its direction changes. I've gone over all sorts of roads, sort of challenging B roads, A roads, you name it, sort of mountain roads, and the car responds brilliantly at corners, generally very flat indeed. But what it gives you also is a very comfortable and compliant ride. It's the damping which is really good in it. You feel the bumps because it's firmer than you'd get with a Lexus normally, but it's not harsh in any way. So it deals with those nasty ridges much better than you'd expect, and much better than a lot of its competition. But that's absolutely spot on. What I'm also looking out for on road tests, by the way, regardless of the manufacturer, is just listening for any kind of knocks or rattles from the suspension from underneath when it hits, like now, those horrible bumps there. But there's nothing. It's as tight as a drum. The whole car is. Let's just spin around here, and then I'll give the brakes a bit of a shove. I know they're good. We checked it as part of the pre-delivery inspection, but for the sake of demonstration, just get around the corner. I've got a nasty habit of trying to hit the brakes when I'm going around corners, which isn't very good, but basically really powerful brake pedals. You push them. The brakes feel, actually, they have a sort of slightly different feel to, it's not different in a bad way, it's actually quite good, because they are regenerating electricity. So the first application feels, you can feel it just feels completely different, but they are powerful. They really, really are. And there's no vibrations or pulsing coming back to the brake pedals, so all in fine order. Worth pointing out, the car will be going for an MOT, an independent MOT, hopefully later today or tomorrow, and so all these things are going to be checked as a matter of course anyway. It's coming inside the car, and this is why I own one as much as anything else. I just think it's one of the nicest interiors of any car out there in this price bracket and this class of car. The quality of build is absolutely sensational. They are beautifully put together cars, but they're also a fantastic place to sit. There's something, and I keep saying it in the videos, there's something about the detailing, the labelling. You've got the leather bits on the side, you've got the modern stuff. It's got a very kind of, it's reminiscent to me of kind of, really good high quality old-fashioned hi-fi, with just the detailing that they've done, and the quality of the actuation of every switch is just precision. That's what it feels like. It's brilliantly done, and it looks absolutely fantastic. You sit in the car, you feel as though it literally is wrapped around you without all the cliches that manufacturers give you, but you really feel part of this. I just think it's one of the best interiors out there by a country mile. I really do, and all working absolutely perfectly. So obviously you can see sat nav there. You've got your dual zone climate control system, which pumps out absolutely ice cold air. As I said, the instrument cluster in front, which changes with the power modes, just looks really classy. It's kind of modern, but without being kind of overtly modern, if you know what I mean. It's typical Lexus. They just want to give you that information. I'm looking at whatever I want to get, I can see and take it in straight away. It's not overcomplicated, which I think is fantastic. Steering wheel, lovely thick rimmed leather bound wheel, feels absolutely perfect in hand, feels absolutely as new to hold as well. As I said at the start of the video, the point, brief as it may well be, is just to show the car in operation, but as I said, to feedback on any issues there may be whilst driving the car, and there are none at all. We've sold loads of these cars. As I said, I own one, and we know them like the back of our hands, so if there's something amiss, it would flag up straight away. And I have to say, this drives absolutely beautifully. It really, really does. If you've got any questions at all, don't hesitate, do give us a call.